March 11, 2011, to 4:46 p.m. At Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, seismometers detect the magnitude 9.0 earthquake within 1.2 seconds. Automated systems respond instantly. Control rods slam into reactor cores, halting nuclear fission within seconds. Reactor 1. SCRAM complete to 2.8 seconds. Reactor 2. SCRAM complete to 2.6 seconds. Reactor 3. SCRAM complete to 3.1 seconds. The most powerful earthquake in Japan's history shakes the facility violently. But the reactors shut down exactly as designed. External power lines collapse. Emergency diesel generators activate. 13 engines generate electricity to maintain cooling. Every system performs flawlessly. Operators check instruments. Temperatures elevated but stable. Water circulating. One engineer later recalled, "We thought we'd made it. We thought the worst was over." They were catastrophically wrong. Fukushima was designed for earthquakes and tsunamis as they existed in historical records. But historical records don't go back far enough. In 1967, engineers studied every documented tsunami. The largest from Chile's 1960 earthquake reached 4.5 meters in Japan. A seawall was built to 5.7 meters. For 44 years, that seemed adequate. But in 2008, paleoseismologists delivered a 247-page report to TEPCO. Their conclusion: tsunamis exceeding 10 meters weren't anomalies. They recurred every 800 to 1,100 years. The last one, 1,142 years ago. For Fukushima, models predicted waves reaching 15.7 meters. The seawall stood at 5.7 meters. Cost to upgrade: $50 to $100 million. The report was submitted, reviewed, discussed, and then someone decided probability seemed low enough. Cost seemed high enough. Action could be deferred. That decision had a signature dated 2009. At 3:27 p.m. on March 11, 2011, the calculation failed. A 15-meter tsunami, exactly as predicted, swept over the 5.7-meter seawall, flooded the turbine buildings, and destroyed all 13 emergency generators. At 3:42 p.m., station blackout, total loss of power. Reactors still generating enormous decay heat. Cooling essential. No electricity to run pumps. The disaster began, not because nature was unpredictable, but because someone years earlier decided $50 to $100 million to prevent a low-probability event wasn't justified. That person had a name. That person made a choice. On March 11, 2011, that choice came due. Without electricity, physics takes over. Decay heat continues. Millions of watts with nowhere to go. Normally managed by water circulation. But pumps require electricity. Fukushima has none. 3:42 p.m. Water temperature rises. Level drops. Fuel rods emerge from coolant. Operators scramble. Manual valves don't work without power. Portable generators are incompatible. They're improvising for a scenario never supposed to happen. 5 p.m. Core temperature: 400 degrees Celsius. Engineers work by flashlight. Car batteries power instruments. Reading shouted and handwritten. Someone suggests seawater injection. Would destroy the reactor, but stop meltdown. Tokyo headquarters: we need to evaluate that option. 7 p.m. Core temperature: 200 degrees Celsius. Zirconium cladding reacts with steam, generating additional heat and hydrogen gas. Self-accelerating. 10 p.m. Hydrogen accumulates. Invisible, odorless, explosive, a bomb waiting. 11:30 p.m. Core temperature: 800 degrees Celsius. Fuel melting. Molten material pooling. Operators repeatedly request seawater authorization. Tokyo: we're evaluating. We need more time. As if physics negotiates. March 12th, 3:36 a.m. Reactor 1 explodes. Blast heard 40 kilometers away. Mushroom cloud visible from space. Hydrogen ignited. Radioactive material released. Reactors 2 and 3 follow. More explosions, more radiation. First 24 hours, 78,000 evacuated. Agriculture halted. Stock drops 24%. First week, 154,000 displaced. Radiation in Tokyo water, damage, $35 billion. First month, towns abandoned, land contaminated. Total, $200 billion, but numbers miss the human toll. An 84-year-old farmer hangs himself rather than abandon family land. A mother stops letting children play outside. A fisherman watches his life become worthless. These are consequences of cost-benefit calculations made by people who never imagined their decisions would have faces. This wasn't chaos or incompetence. Every step was predicted by known physics. Warnings documented, risks quantified, solutions identified. What failed wasn't science. What failed was willingness to act when threats seemed distant and costs seemed high. That failure was purely human. Real people made real decisions. September 2008 TEPCO, Headquarters, Tokyo. Engineer Koji Minura presents the tsunami study. Models predict 15-meter waves. Generators at 10 meters, in the flood zone. Recommendation: elevate backup power immediately. Cost: $50 million. Timeline: 18 to 24 months. The questions: revenue impact of downtime, $10 million per reactor for 2 to 3 weeks. This is based on an event from 869 AD. Geological records show these recur every 800 to 1,100 years. We're overdue. Annual probability: 1 to 2% per year. So 98% this doesn't happen. Someone calculates $100 million for something with 98% chance of not happening. The 2016 maintenance cycle makes more sense. Decision: defer. Reassess in 2016. The tsunami came 5 years early. March 2009. Nuclear regulator NISA recommends protective measures within 36 months. TEPCO requests extension citing budgets and scheduling. A NISA official, 3 years from retirement, with unspoken understanding of future TEPCO positions, approves. New deadline: March 2015. Tsunami arrived 4 years early. November 2009 seawall analysis. Option A: 10 meters wall, $36 million. Option B: 15 meters wall, $100 million. Option C: warning systems, $7 million. Risk: 0.4% probability of 15 meters plus tsunami over 50 years. Recommendation: Option C: low probability, doesn't justify capital expenditure, the proper calculation. Option B: $100 million expected loss. 0.4% times to $100 billion equals $800 million net benefit. $698 million, spending $100 million to avoid $800 million is obvious. But framed as, spend $100 million on something 99.6% unlikely. Option C: approved March 2010. Implementation April 2012. Tsunami March 2011. The pattern: every decision signed. Every delay named. Reasonable people making reasonable decisions. Wait for data. Probability is low. Next cycle? Cost doesn't justify. Each defensible alone. Together, catastrophic. Translation: won't happen on my watch. Someone else's problem. This is human error, not dramatic mistakes. Small calculated risks, repeated until probability catches up. March 11, 2011, 6 p.m. Site Superintendent Masao Yoshida calls Tokyo. We need seawater injection immediately. Only option: we need to discuss implications. Standby. Core temperature: 1950 degrees Celsius rising. How long? Executive meeting. Within the hour. Tokyo. Executives debate destroying $5 billion in assets. Legal. Check insurance implications. CFO. $7 billion write-down will collapse stock. Operations. No other options. Engineering. No. Seawater or nothing. PR. If there was an alternative and we missed it, we're finished. Meanwhile, 6:15 p.m. to 50 degrees Celsius 6:30 p.m. to 200 degrees Celsius 6:45 p.m. to 400 degrees Celsius. Yoshida calls. Out of time. Need authorization. Working on it. Little more time. 7:04 p.m. to 64 minutes later. Yoshida decides. Begin seawater injection. Now, sir. No authorization. I know. Do it anyway. Fire trucks pump ocean water. 7:25 p.m. Tokyo discovers injection started without approval. Yoshida-san, you started without approval. Yes. Stop immediately. Direct order. Silence. Understood. Stopping now. Hangs up. Then quietly, keep pumping. If they call, say we stopped. Don't actually stop. For 2 hours 15 minutes, Yoshida lies to headquarters. 9:20 p.m. to 3 hours 20 minutes after initial request, authorization arrives. By then, irreversible damage occurred. If injection began at 6 p.m., the explosion might have been prevented. Instead, 3-hour delay caused additional core damage, more hydrogen, inevitable explosion, expanded evacuations, multiplied cost, delay arithmetic. Each hour, 200 minus 300 degrees Celsius additional temperature, accelerated damage, increased hydrogen. 3 hours times compounding equals catastrophe. Final toll, 170,000 additional evacuations, 2,313 evacuation deaths, $150 plus billion additional costs. Communities destroyed. All 3 reactors destroyed anyway. Delay didn't save assets, only guaranteed more to lose. Executives debated earnings. Physics did its math. Physics doesn't negotiate. Yoshida died of cancer July 2013, age 58. Final words. I don't regret breaking rules. I regret the system forced me to choose between procedures and necessity. When protocols require insubordination, they've already failed. Person who followed rules made disaster worse. Person who broke rules prevented greater catastrophe. When systems require heroism during crisis, systems are broken. After Fukushima, the world split. Germany shut all reactors. Switzerland froze development. Italy voted 94% against nuclear. Japan closed 54 reactors, 12 reopened. France kept 56 running. China resumed building. US upgraded plants. UK proceeded with construction. Both missed the deeper lesson. Fukushima didn't prove nuclear is unsafe. It proved humans catastrophically fail at preparing for low probability, high consequence events. Regulators mandated changes. Backup power above floods, passive cooling beyond design scenarios, stress tests, enhanced protocols, comprehensive, necessary, overdue. But every solution existed before Fukushima. No breakthroughs needed. Seawall could have been higher, generators elevated, passive cooling retrofitted. All possible. 2006 to 2010. Missing. Institutional will to spend money preventing something that hadn't happened yet. We don't fail because we lack solutions. We fail because acting on distant risks feels optional until it suddenly isn't. Data existed, warnings clear, technology available, cost calculable. Missing. Someone saying probability is irrelevant. Consequence is unacceptable. We're doing this now. Instead, reasonable people decided, probability low, costs high, wait for data, next cycle, each signed. Each rationalized, each accepted risk, until March 11, 2011. Today, Fukushima remains frozen. Traffic lights cycle for no one. Stores stocked from 2011. Schools with backpacks. Calendars on March 11th. Some elderly return to die in ancestral homes. Most gone permanently. Nature reclaims. Wild boars roam. Vegetation covers roads. Earth heals. Humans don't return. Fishing lost $3.6 billion. Farmers lost generations. Children grew up displaced. Communities vanished. $200 billion means erased futures. Lost identities. Extinction. Somewhere sits a filing cabinet. Inside, revised tsunami assessment 2006. Page 18, 14 plus meters plausible. Page 22. Immediate elevation recommended. Page 27. Cost $15 million. Filed, reviewed, discussed, dismissed. Nobody read in time. Everybody read too late. This is catastrophic failure. Not chaos, not incompetence, not ignorance. Accumulated reasonable decisions, each deferring action, each prioritizing short-term over distant risks. Hundreds of small choices by intelligent people, each defensible alone. Let's wait. Odds low. Too expensive. Next cycle. Every signature named. Every delay reasoned. Every risk accepted. Until it wasn't theoretical. This is human error. Not sudden mistakes, but slow drift into danger. One reasonable compromise at a time. Fukushima's question. What is our Fukushima? Right now, someone sees risk data, calculates prevention costs, decides, probability low enough, cost a high, address later. That decision has a name. That decision will have consequences. History will judge. But by then, too late to choose differently, because Fukushima's lesson isn't about nuclear power, it's about human nature. Our dangerous tendency to treat unlikely as impossible until the day it doesn't.